Alright folks, welcome back to Glesga News. Right, okay, what I've got here, I'm on the BBC News website, just a wee update on the coronavirus. I think we're all getting kind of quite worried about it, especially since there's been quite a rise in cases. In the last 3 days, that's 30 confirmed cases, taking the total up to 115 in the UK. Now, and that includes 6 in Scotland. Now this guy here, he's the Chief Medical Advisor, his name's Chris Whitty, and he was given a talk this morning, and in this talk he basically goes on to say, I'll let you hear it, he basically goes on to say that we've now moved from the, they were calling it the containment phase, and we were going to go into the next phase, which they call delay. Now he goes on here to basically say that that it's here, we need to accept it's here and act appropriately. But I'll let you hear what you've got to say.
So I'm expecting the number only to go up. And there are now several, not large numbers, but several cases where we cannot see where this has come from in terms of a clear transmission, either because someone has come directly from overseas or because they've had a close contact with someone who's recently returned from overseas. So I'm expecting the number only to go up. And there are now several, not large numbers, but several cases where we cannot see where this has come from in terms of a clear transmission, either because someone has come directly from overseas or because they've had a close contact with someone who's recently returned from overseas. And that, I think, makes it highly likely, therefore, that there is some level of community transmission in this virus in the UK now. I think we should work on the assumption it is here at very low levels at this point in time, but that, I think, should be the working assumption on which we go forward from this point onwards.
Okay, so he goes on to say basically that he would consider us to have moved out of the containment phase to the delay phase, and that the delay phase is just all about, you know, the way they see it is all about just like washing your hands and all that. But to be honest with you folks, you know, China, they shut the place down. They stopped all flights, but we're not doing that. You know, there was a guy on a radio show just recently, and he says, well, I've got a holiday booked in Italy to go skiing to the area that the virus is in. He phoned up the company, the holiday company, says, well, the government advice at the moment is that it's safe to go there. How can it be safe to go there when it's got a gigantic epidemic in terms of coronavirus? 11 people have died. Why is the government shutting down, at least saying, well, we can't go to Italy? Now it's all, do you know what it's about? It's about money. It's all about money. Oh no, that airline's going to suffer. The elite are going to suffer. That's what it's actually starting to look like. Now, see when all the elite all start falling down. See when they'll all be jumping on their jets and flying out to all sorts of islands in the middle of nowhere, and they'll be getting rid of all the servants and that, and they'll just all have gloves on. But those that can't get out are going to be right under pressure here. All your celebrities, right? They'll be going like, oh yeah, I'm a celebrity, I can't die here, I can't get this. But this guy here is just sort of saying, well, we've got to accept it's here. 80% are going to get it. Is that right? They're not saying that in America or anywhere else. It's a social thing, he says. It's an economic. We've got to do the balance. So that's what he's talking about. We've got to do the balance between the economical and the social. No, you don't. You just say, right, listen, we're banning all air flights. You're not coming into the country, banning all air flights. You're not leaving. So everybody that's here stays here. We've got to do what China did. To a degree. But at least start with air flight. You know, I'm not saying stop cargo flights. I'm not, still have cargo flights. I'm talking about people going on their holidays to Italy and all these places, Hong Kong. I mean, the amount of planes that are landing in for Iran into London. It's phenomenal. Japan, you know, nothing's been done about it. They're not even being checked at the airport. They're just wandering straight into the community. And he's saying, I've got to accept it's here. I know, wonder, it's here. You're doing nothing about it. You're just saying, wash your hands. You try to kid us on. Anyway, I think Boris is losing control. Now I'm going to play for you what Boris says about an hour ago. Now this guy basically said we're on the delay phase an hour ago, right? Sorry, this morning. But Boris, about 1 hour ago, said this.
Well, obviously our sympathies are very much with the victim and their family. But the situation is pretty much as it has been, in the sense that we're still, Sam, in the contained phase, though now our scientists and medical advisors are making preparations for the delay phase. And so
there you go. He's in La La Land, you know. Anyway, so let's take a wee closer look at the actual the virus itself, right? So apparently, as I said earlier, it's 115 cases confirmed, and this is a graph of the locations of them. Now, the Scottish website isn't as helpful as this, although this is talking about mainly areas. I would like it to go into detail about cities. But as you can see here, the east of England has 8 cases, London 25, and so on, Midlands 9, North East Yorkshire 10, North West 17, South East 17, South West 15. Most of these people have come in for their holidays in Italy. They're not for China. Now let's look at the Scotland. Right, here we go. Scotland, six tests were positive. But all that needs to happen is for Scotland to jump. I mean, there's been 30 cases in the last 3 days. It says here, it comes as the number of UK people diagnosed with the virus reached 115, a rise of 30 cases since Wednesday. This is Thursday. So something's happening, folks. And I suggest you seriously start thinking about getting some stuff in the house, buying that wee bit extra in case you've got to isolate yourself, because this virus is here, and they're not doing anything about it. They're just going, well, let's just see what happens. But let's call it a containment phase. Oh well, okay, but we can't do this. That's going to cost a fortune. If that airline, British Airways, are going to business, this. China just went like that, bang, shut the place down. Anybody on the street, lift them. Now, we're no a communist country, but at least if they start saying to you, look, don't go to the cinema, right? Imagine you're all sitting in the cinema, right? Don't go to a football match. Don't go to the concert. They're not doing any of that because it's going to cost money. That's the difference. China just went, no. In China, they're welding people's doors shut. Right now, does that sound like the flu to you? It doesn't sound like the flu to me, and it came out of China. They're welding people's doors shut. The hospitals are full. Does that sound like the flu? And your government's saying it's containment and delay phase. Wash your hands. It's not practical to wash your hands every 15 minutes. Get up an escalator, you're touching the side of it. You're touching money. Right? You're in a clothes shop, you touch a hanger. Somebody else was touching a hanger. It's everywhere. So, I'll tell you what, I went and bought some of that Marvel, that condensed milk. Aye. Because I'm not going to. If I run out of milk, I'm just going to use that Marvel in my tea. Right? And I filled my motor with tins of beans. Tins of beans. That's what I'm going to eat when the shit hits the fan. Oh well, maybe that's a wrong metaphor. But anyway, you know what I'm saying to you. I just phoned the Chinese there. I asked for a coronavirus and fried rice. The guy hung up on me. There's no sense of humour. So I phoned him back. And I said, I could have a large beef curry and boiled rice then. And he said, do you want anything with that? And I said, aye, a fucking mask. Do you know what I'm saying to you? He hung up on me again. You know, it seems to me like they're getting a lot of abuse, a lot of abuse for the population. You know? Anyway, folks, that's enough on that. If you like the content, hit the like button, share and subscribe. Peace out.